Welcome back to the channel, people. Hope you guys are doing good. We got a new video for you guys, of course. The first thing I want to say is Real Madrid put the title in the bag. All right. Congratulations to Barcelona on winning La Liga, because at this point, I don't see what's gonna change. This probably supposed to be a post game match review or whatever, but I haven't. There's nothing I want to say about this game that's gonna make any sense, that's gonna be any different from anything that I've said before about every other Madrid game. You know, uh, there's a couple things I do want to talk about real quick about the actual game, and then I'm gonna go into the bigger point in the larger picture and things that I feel like as Madrid fans actually need to be worried about and actually talk about. Vinny, the first thing is this rotating penalty takers needs to stop. Mbappe should be the penalty taker. We've seen what he's done on one of the biggest stages in this sport in the World Cup final. He scored two penalties against one of the best one of the best goalkeepers at stopping penalties. Uh, like at this point, like we Vinny, and it's not just that Vinny is missing penalties. It's not just how he's missing them. It's the fact that his technique is horrible. Like it's okay. No one's gonna be 100 out of 100 for penalties. I don't. Nobody's perfect at the end of the day. I expect for somebody to miss, but it's the process in my opinion. The process for Vinny's penalties are horrible. His run up is horrible. His ball striking was never his strong suit, in my opinion. And the fact that we're relying on him to take penalties in games that we need to be able to win, and now it's coming back to bite us, is part of the reason why we're where we are. We have a manager who refuses to make actual decisions within the squad and be harsh and be critical and actually have some backbone. Like, and everybody knows that Carlo loves to give his players a lot of freedom. He loves to do all this stuff, but at some point you have to manage. All right. I guess we should talk about the starting 11 real quick, and then I'll get on to everything that I have to get into. The back four. Um, well, we'll start with the goalkeeper situation. I believe both Courtois and Lunin are injured, so the next man up was Fran Gonzalez. Uh, Terrible debut for him. Let's be honest. Let two goals in. Were they both his fault? No. Could he have saved them? Probably. I don't know. Who cares? He's from the academy anyway. I believe. Like nobody cares. Like he's not gonna be the starter, so I don't really care. But yeah. And then the back four. Let's talk about the back four, because today I believe he wanted to rest players. All right, you want to rest players, right? Chilmany, you put him as center back because what's it called? He's gonna be suspended for the first leg of the Arsenal game, so he can rest for that game. He can get the rest in when he's not playing that game, so that's fine. Rudiger, Alba's been horrible. I get it. You want to rest Asensio? You know what? That's fine. Rudiger and Chilmany have been fine together. We can't complain. Frank Garcia and Lucas Vasquez are the only two other available fullbacks at the club right now. How in the year 2025 those two are your two starting fullbacks? It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And at this point, it's like there's a reason why I don't really want to talk about this game, because we're just repeating the same thing over and over and over. We're like, how many games have we played this season? Like at this point, like I'm tired of saying the same thing over. I'm tired of talking about how bad Lucas Vasquez is. I'm tired of talking about how the squad is so unbalanced because of what the board decided to do this summer, last summer. Like it makes no sense. The one place I will very much criticize Carlo when it comes to starting 11 is Brahim Diaz. I feel like he's shown us time and time again that he is not a starting level player for Real Madrid. When he comes off the bench and he can do his thing there, he's way better. But starting him, I don't need it. I'd much rather start Arda Guler because he at least has a little bit of an X factor. He's coming off a good game in the Copa del Rey. He's coming off and he had another good game against. I think it was I forgot who the other game that we played. It might have been Betis or something like that. But he's coming off a couple of good games. You could have rewarded the kid and gave him a start. But he Diaz is not a starter for us, bro. He is not getting enough to be a starter in the year 2025. We had to raise the level. At least give the kid a chance that has some X factor, in my opinion. Don't just start somebody just because of seniority. And then of course the rest of the squad pitch itself. Valverde, Vinicius, Bellingham, and Mbappe. Why he refuses to give anybody else, why he refuses to give a little bit of rest to Jude or Valverde, I don't get it. Like, you could have rested Jude a little bit today, at least for like half the game, or at least for 60 minutes, and started Arthur in that position. Or you could have rested Valverde and played Camavinga in that position. Like, I don't get it. Valverde is every game, the past two games, Valverde is on the ground holding his leg or something like that. And he's clearly been overworked. He plays every single minute for club and country. Like, we need to give these guys rest for them to actually perform the way to perform. But you know why that can happen? Because those two players, Jude and Valverde, are carrying his system. Those two are the system. Just like last year, it was Cruz. That was the system that was running things on and off the pitch. On the pitch, in my opinion, he was the coach on the pitch. Now it's Valverde and Jude because of their work rate who are covering major holes in the system. Vinny, he scored the goal today. Nothing really special. I thought he was gonna be back to the level that we thought he was back, that he should be at after the Sociedad game, but it looks like he's just regressed again. Mbappe, I actually thought was very good today. Was probably the best attacker, in my opinion. He was very lively. He was taking risks. He was taking chances. Created some chances also. He was everywhere on the pitch. I thought he played very well. I know some Madrid fans are gonna criticize him and stuff like that, but yeah, I thought he did a good job today. And you know me, like you can go back to the videos in the first week or the first half of the season where when he was playing bad, I criticized him. So you know this is not just a little bit. This is not me just glazing him or anything like that. If he plays bad, I'll say it. If he plays good, I will say it. I, look, none of these players have done enough for me to become stands of theirs, in my opinion, where within the fan base, where I'm following their every move, where I'm doing this and doing that. All right, the closest will probably be Jude. I think he's a very special player, in my opinion. But no, because and the only reason I'm bringing that up is because the Mbappe stands and the Vinny stands, they love to argue with each other whether one's good or one's bad, and it's just like it's like two garbages, like that meme where the two garbages are flying down the street racing each other. Like, no, y'all both been ass this season. Y'all both have not lived up to your expectations. Mbappe has started to come off a little bit better, but Vinny, ever since the Ballon d'Or situation, has not been good in my opinion. The year 2025 has not been good, and he needs to step it up. This guy is ask. First of all, he's wearing the number 7 shirt. He's asking to be one of the highest paid players on the squad. At some point, if you want all these things, you're playing the left wing. If you want all these positions, if you want all these things, you have to show it on the pitch. And when he lost the Ballon d'Or, he said, "We're gonna go 10 times harder." I love that response. Why you're going 10 times less, bro? Like, where's the intensity? Where's the Vinny? I know, like, you know what? He messes up once, he's going at you nine more times. Where's that Vinny? I miss that Vinny. All right, and I've said it time and time again. Vinny at his best is being a creator, not a goal scorer. I just I don't want to criticize Vinny too much. Um, this is not really a Vinny. The person, there's two people I really want to talk about. Well, two people I really want to talk about, and Vinny's not really one of them. And the two people I really want to talk about is this man Carlo Ancelotti, right? I already made a video on him the other day. If you guys didn't watch it, go check it out. And then the other person is the board. The board, whether you want to say it's Florentino Perez and every other I forgot what they're called. but all the other board members, Florentino Perez, the scouts, everybody, the director of football, whoever it is, I forgot his name, our chief scout, whatever his name is, but all those two entity and what word am I trying to say? Those two, I guess, I don't say organization, but those two branches are what are two of the biggest problems within the squad. Let's start with the manager, of course, right? I understand that there's injuries. I understand that you don't have Donny Carvajal. You don't have what's it called, Courtois. You don't have what's it called, Lunin. Who else are we missing? You don't, and the squad is not the best. I understand all of that. But at what point are you going to be a manager? At what point are you going to use tactics to help us? All right, Carlo is at his best when the situation is perfect, in my opinion. When the when there's no injuries going on, when the squad is fully healthy. I just said that. But when the squad is fully healthy, when you have multiple players that you can play at multiple positions and things like that, he's perfect when that happens. But you know when he's not perfect, when there's a couple injuries within the squad, when players need to be when players clearly need to be coached, and you never see that, and you don't see that side. You see like especially our midfielders, the young ones, they're struggling. They're struggling to control the game because the manager has not helped them with that. You look at Chouameni with France, and we look at him with Real Madrid. It's two different players. With France, he can play as in a lone pivot and be fine. Huh? Like I don't get it. But anyway, like I've said it a lot of times already. Like Carlo, he has to go. He has to go. I don't care if he wins a treble. I don't care if he wins a sextuple. He has to go. We need a new manager, and I've said it time and time again. The squad that we've built that requires a manager that is very tactical, but also has flexibility. All right, and Carlo is just all flexibility, no tactics. You need somebody that is balanced right down in the middle, that can understand egos and all those things, but understands also that I need to coach them hard. I need to be on them when they're not playing good, you know? And he has not done that this season, and it's just very underwhelming. You play bad football, you play like the players are regressing. It doesn't make any sense to me. Uh, and you have a lot of Real Madrid fans saying, "Oh, we're getting the results, we're getting the results." At what point does the process matter? At what point does the process to getting those results matter? In my opinion, it comes into play at some point, especially when you've been here for a long period of time. Your first year, I get it. Second year, okay, you want to see a little bit of improvement. Your third year, come on now. At some point, we have to expect more. And my biggest and the person, if there was a pie to blame, I'll give Carlo 25%. I'll give the play. Matter of fact, I'll give the players 20%, Carlo 30, and then the board the rest. You know why? Because these guys saw uh uh Militao ACL, what's it called? Carvajal ACL, Alaba coming back from an ACL. At what point did you think that, hey, maybe we should go and sign somebody on loan? Hey, maybe we should go around Europe. Maybe let's just call in a few favors and let's see if we can just maybe see if we can get somebody on loan just to help a little bit. It doesn't have to be a permanent signing because we don't want to change our plans for the summer. But let's see if we can make a quick loan deal to get a left back, to get a right back, to get another center back. Let's just see that because your fullback duels of cannot be the fullbacks in your squad cannot be Fran Garcia, Lucas Vasquez, and Ferland Mendy. That cannot happen in the year 2025. You might have been able to get away with it in the past, but you're not going to get away with it now. All right? Maybe when Xavi was in charge of Barcelona, you could say we can go a little bit cheap because we know our quality will still be able to best Barcelona. Not when they have Hansi Flick, who's one of the best managers right now, and at this point in the world, and he is showing you levels. He is showing you levels, in my opinion, right? And then there's another problem I have. There's no balance within the squad. The midfielders, they're kind of basically all one type of profile. They all kind of do a little bit of the same thing. Kamavinga is very good defensively, in my opinion, but he's not a DM, and he's supposed to be a number 8. Valverde, he's good all around, but you don't. The thing is that we don't have a specialist, in my opinion. We They're just all very all rounded midfielders, and I think you need at least one specialist to do one specific thing. That's why when Dani Ceballos plays, you see the team plays, you see the control is better, you see everything just looks a little bit better. And then my other, like, you have three left wingers in your front three. You know what? All right, fine. But you know what? What's the other problem? They're all short. They're all short. You say, you know what? All right, that's kind of fine. Maybe you have a tall striker coming off the bench. No, you have an even shorter striker in Endrick. You have a short right right side player in Arthur Guler. Where is the tall player outside of the center backs and Jude and Chouameni in the squad? The amount of times I see us cross the ball into the box and nobody is there. Who are we crossing the ball to? Who? Let me know, because I would love to know. Maybe I'm not watching the game correctly. Maybe that's the problem. But no, the squad planning has been very bad this whole season. Like, I really think the board have gotten away with murder. I really do. Anyway, I'm tired of complaining. La Liga is basically over. We have Arsenal next in the UCL. We better not lose to Arsenal. They don't have a starting striker. We cannot lose to Arsenal. They lost one of their starting center backs. We cannot lose to them. PSG is a different story, but we cannot lose to Arsenal. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, drop a comment. Uh, Let me know what you think, what your thoughts on the game is, what your thoughts on the players, the board, the manager, and everything else I've said in between. Who you wanted the next manager to be? If you want Carlo out, or if you're Carlo in, let me know why you think he should be the manager still. All right, that's gonna be it for me today. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. God loves you. Peace.